What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Days Gone conversation going on online again, really bringing it kind of back up, just like the game kind of routinely comes back into the news. Maybe sometimes it's good, maybe sometimes it's not so good. But this time, we got, Ghost of Tsushima a few days ago announced that it sold 8 million units. Now, that's incredible. In my opinion, that's a very high amount, especially considering the game has only been out for a year and a half. Is it like God of War numbers? No, but maybe it gets 10, 15 million eventually lifetime. We don't know. Is it Uncharted? Maybe it's not the highest tier, but it's definitely really good numbers. Well, Jeff Ross, who was a lead on Days Gone, he always, to me, has seemed like a really, really nice man, a really nice, down-to-earth kind of guy. And he tweeted, at the time I left Sony, Days Gone had been out for a year and a half and a month, so a year and 7 months, and sold over 8 million copies. It's since gone on to sell more, and then 1 million plus on Steam. Local studio management always made us feel like it was a big disappointment. So what we basically have, and is he digging at Sony? I mean, kind of in a way, and I don't actually mind it. What I'm about to say doesn't come from a Sony hater, right? I don't spend my time on Twitter just bashing one company or the other. And it's also not coming from somebody who is too afraid to not say something negative, right? All I can say is positive things. I never have anything bad to say. No, this comes from somebody that respects Sony. I have PlayStation 5. I love it. I love a lot of the games that Sony has done in the past since I've been alive, right? But this is pretty pathetic, and it makes them look continuing, I guess, to look worse, right? When you hear about remember they pitched Days Gone 2, and then Sony shot it down. I mean, you can debate whether that makes Sony look bad, because maybe, you have the reception to Days Gone wasn't all that good, and then you also have, how good did the game do? We don't exactly know. We knew actually at the time that the game had done pretty darn well, but I don't think we knew an official number, and I think maybe it was over 5 million. And it was okay, well, you can maybe understand it. To me, though, this hurts. This is a bad look on Sony, because what this really states is that they care about Metacritic, weirdly enough, more than they care about, which is odd, more than the sales of their game. And in a way, I could understand that, because this game wasn't the most popular thing of all time in terms of reception, but how we received it and how critics received it. But a couple, caveats there, a couple things I want to focus on. Number one, nobody should care about what any critic has to say, okay? So the actual score that came from the IGNs of the world, that could be anything, and it really shouldn't matter to us, and it really shouldn't matter to game developers. Now, neither of those two things are true still. Review scores still have a lot of power. I get it, but I mean, that needs to change, okay? That's part one. Part two is, the reception from fans, now it was a little bit higher. I believe it was in the low 7s. That's not great, not compared to other games, but yet again, was it? Because The Last of Us Part 2 was maybe the most divisive game of all time. It was the Last Jedi of video games, where half hated it, half loved it. Now, it sold a ton. I mean, it sold incredible. But does that matter if half did hate it and half did like it? Did Sony... Oh, Sony, really, to me, they value Neil Druckmann, they value Naughty Dog, maybe they like kind of being that, or I guess having that power to poke part of the audience and say, well, you don't like it, but you're going to buy it anyway. Maybe you'll buy the next one. We don't really care about it anyway. Maybe we don't care about what you think, so we're going to make more of them. That could very well be how they're handling The Last of Us. So what's the difference to Days Gone? You have a group that maybe didn't love it, but you actually did have a group that loved it. It was just, it maybe wasn't the most vocal group. But as I've said numerous times, Days Gone has always surprised me online, on Twitter. Now, Twitter is not... it's an echo chamber. It's not actually what the world, truly thinks. But I've never really seen a game do what Days Gone has done on Twitter. You consistently still see support of this game on Twitter. Now, if you have the PS5 and you have PS Plus, you can get Days Gone for free. So I assume a lot of people have played Days Gone now as well, where it's added on. So the game is sold, right? Just sold, made money. Over 9 million, probably 10 or more million copies is how many Days Gone is actually sold. It probably stops there, because then you have it being free to a lot of people. You have a lot of people doing it that way. So I assume it's probably been played by 12 to 15 million, but it's probably been bought by around 10. that's still like tremendously good. And are we forgetting, and is Sony forgetting, that Bend Studio, the team that made it, that was their first AAA game, right? They made Uncharted Golden Abyss, which I mean, I really like that game, but it was a Vita game. So in terms of a big, huge scale, huge budget, PS4 exclusive, like big game, Days Gone was the first one they ever did. And it did insane in terms of sales. And it was mixed critically and how we, I guess, perceived it as well. But, like, I don't know. I feel like people would give a second game a chance. It's not like for The Last of Us, I'm not saying how I feel about this or how you need to feel about this. I'm saying how I think some people took it. Last of Us Part 2, like, insulted some people. Like, the people that hate some of the choice, like the story decisions that game made, they hate it. You know what I mean? It insulted them. So going into the third one, they may very well not give it a chance, which is fine, and it's fair, and you can understand that. Was anybody, like, massively upset with Days Gone? Like, did Days Gone do something to anybody where they're like, I hate their guts, I hate the director's guts, I hate the writing, I hate the game itself, I will never do a Days Gone 2? How many of those people exist? That's what, like, it's not many it would, especially compared to other games. It would not be many. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, at the time they denied the pitch to Days Gone 2, I was upset. Although I kind of understood it from a Sony, financial point of view. Now I don't understand it at all. Now I think that they literally just look at Metacritic and say, well, I don't care how well, which is odd because, like, sometimes that happens, but sometimes it's the reverse or sometimes it's a mixture. But in this one, it's like we could sell 15 million units, but people were kind of mixed on the game, so we're not going to do a sequel. What do you think? The sequel is going to do like half as many sales? I really don't think that's true. I really don't think that there's even evidence that would suggest that would happen. So to me, it just makes Sony look really bad. And, I always talk about, like, speaking with your wallet, watching movies, not watching movies, buying games, not buying games. Like, I still 100% live or die by that. I mean, that's still a main principle to me, but it's scary and it's stupid because, like, in this case, that didn't even work. I mean, everybody spoke with their wallet, and maybe there were some people that regretted buying it. That's fine. That's the way the world is. Not everybody's going to absolutely love the game. Whatever. So there are going to be some people like that, but the game did insane, and you're not even going to give them a chance to do a second one. You deny it. Now they're probably working on Men in Black, which could be cool. It could be good, but, like, it doesn't make sense to me. So I don't think this makes Sony look good. They've never really looked great in this situation to begin with, but now they look really bad, in my opinion. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure, as always, you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all on tomorrow's video.